So big news coming out of Washington today. The Washington Commanders are preparing for their season finale in Dallas. They get a huge help from a guy that is a key part of the success of this offense if he's able to go in a week or two. Let's talk about it.
Backfield. Left. What I want.
Get back slow. I love the way she rock it. I love the way she move it, shake it on me. When she cry for him, and shawty is the winner. You can tell that shawty's no beginner. She's confident. I love the way she move it.
Timeout. Daniels throws down the sideline for Terry McLaurin. McLaurin missiles. Lightning strikes twice in Washington. Daniels Jaden Daniels. I changed the whole franchise like Jaden Daniels. You didn't believe in me, why are you hating? I put the team on my back like my name Jaden.
YouTube, what's going on? It's Juan Gotti here. We have the Washington Commanders video, and in today's video, we're going to be talking about the Washington Commanders potentially getting huge help from a key player that makes a humongous difference on this offense. So without further ado, let's get straight into today's video. Before we do, make sure you guys go down below, leave a like on this video, subscribe to the channel if you are new, turn on post notifications so you get notified when I upload new videos like this to the channel. We're currently on the road to 9,000 subscribers, so please help me get there as soon as possible. Thank you so much. Let's get straight to it. So the Washington Commanders recently today activated the 21-day window for running back Austin Ekler.
We are extremely happy. We are extremely happy. I don't know whether you can define the word extremely.
Now, if you guys have been here, you know Austin Ekler sustained his second concussion game, ironically enough, against these Dallas Cowboys. Austin Ekler, for me, is a key part of this offense because it allows Washington to go back to their two split running back sets that they were so successful out of early on this season. Washington, without Austin Ekler, really hasn't got much going on the ground as of late, and maybe he can provide a huge spark that have been missing in the backfield. Not only is Austin Ekler really good as a running back out the backfield running or pass catching, but he also provided Washington with a spark at the kick return game. Now, as of late, wide receiver Luke McCaffrey has sustained those duties and has done very well back there on kicks. But there's nothing like having a veteran back in this lineup. The Washington Commanders defense got boosted with one in Jonathan Allen last game versus the Atlanta Falcons, and now this week Washington's offense potentially gets a huge boost, at least for the playoffs. Now, I'm not expecting him to play this week, but definitely have an opportunity and high optimism that he plays in the wild card round against whether it's LA, Tampa Bay, or Philly. Depending on the outcome of Sunday's game, I think Washington is going to most likely be facing the Los Angeles Rams. That's just my guess, but nothing is set in stone but the Washington Commanders making the playoffs. Why is Austin Ekler so valuable to this offense, you may add? Because if you look at the stats, statistically, he really hasn't contributed as much, but that's why you don't always allow the stats to tell the whole story. Austin Ekler has had some key moments in this season. I mean, the very first key moment that he had, even though it didn't count it, but back all the way back into week 2 when I was at the Giants game, man, before we could even get really going, he almost took one to the crib, or in fact, he took one to the crib, but a holding penalty got it neglected, or negated rather, that really had nothing to do with that play. Then you go into what does he provide as an actual RB. Now, he provides toughness. He provides the ability to have a guy that can catch out of the backfield on a consistent basis. And he's also not too shabby as a pass blocker. I think Austin Eckler's vision is what we've missed the most in the run game because his vision is impeccable. And let's just call it what it is. We don't have a great running group regardless of the fact that Austin Eckler plays, but it doesn't hurt to add him to the lineup with how the running game has been as the past month. The Washington Commanders running game has suffered if it's not for Jaden Daniels using his legs. It's no B-Rob, it's no Jeremy McNicholson, and Chris Rodriguez has been taking the carries and the bulk of the load of production as of late. So much so that people are asking the question, should Chris Rodriguez be RB1? Now, you will have to ask yourself, at this point of the season, Are you going to keep 4 running backs or are you going to drop one down? Remember, Chris Rodriguez really is only involved a lot because of the injury to Austin Eckler. So what does this do to a guy like Chris Rodriguez? In my opinion, I think it keeps C-Rod on an active roster when you bring back Austin Eckler. I think Austin Eckler's absence does not have to be rushed back or fulfilled to be rushed back due to the success of Chris Rodriguez. I do think if you had to come to a situation where you don't want to keep 4 backs and you got to keep 3, you got to maybe put down Jeremy McNichols. And it's not from a situation of he's not good enough or he hasn't contributed, because he's definitely had his fair share of key moments this season. But I think you ride with the hot hand. I think you go with Chris Rodriguez, and obviously you bring back Austin Eckler because he's a guy that can provide so much for you as a veteran, as a guy that's been in the playoffs before, as a guy that can do it all out of the backfield, and as a guy that's gonna put his body on the line for the success of the team. Now, I do have to ask you, or excuse me, rather tell you, I'm a little surprised at this, to be honest with you. We started to hear rumblings about this maybe a couple of weeks ago about him, potentially returning this season. But just prior to that, I was on the fence about him even playing football ever again. Forget this year. I was thinking about, will he ever step back on the gridiron in general? Because I think what we have to kind of understand about these football players is when they sustain concussions, it may say 1, or this is their first concussion of the season, or it may say 2 concussions this year, or whatever may have you. But that's not talking about all the concussions that he's had over the course of his NFL career, over the course of his collegiate career, and all the way back into high school. Shoot, even when you first started playing tackle football. So it was, for me, a point where I thought Austin Eckler should have hung it up, man. And honestly, quite frankly, I still kind of have that feeling of I would much rather see him leave the way that he is now than for it to potentially get worse. Okay, I'm always for a player's health more than I am about the game. The game can always find another Austin Eckler. The game can always find another running back or what may have you, but they can't find another brain. You know what I'm saying? Another healthy brain for you. You only get one of those. So if I may be honest with you, I'm happy that he's back. I'm happy that he can potentially contribute to this playoff run from a Commanders fan standpoint. But from a human, from a regular guy standpoint, I probably would prefer him to hang it up. That's just me being honest. But these guys have a different kind of aggressive nature. These guys have a different kind of pedigree and thinking when it comes to this game. They love it. And obviously when you're in the position that Austin Eckler's in, you're in a position where you can contribute to a team's playoff push and could potentially win a Lombardi. You know what I'm saying? So I don't necessarily fault him for wanting to come back. I applaud him for wanting to come back for sure. But of course, I do think he has had some thoughts about it. I remember he was on the talk show about it, and he was pretty much basically saying he doesn't know about him coming back right now, but he's taking it a day at a time, and he likes where he's at. And he talked about the Commanders' success. And obviously today, with them opening their 21-day window, they feel really good about where he is in his progression. I trust this organization. I trust Dan Quinn. I trust Adam Peters. And I trust, obviously, the doctors and the neurologists and all those guys that have a say on whether Austin Eckler plays. I trust them. So I know they wouldn't put him in harm's way, and they wouldn't put him back out there on the field if they didn't feel as though he was ready to return. So I do think Austin Eckler is going to return at some point, whether it's this week, whether it's next week in the postseason. I do expect him to play in the next 2 weeks. It'll be crazy if he plays this week. It would, because he's one of the few starters that I feel like should stay out there a little bit longer. Like I'm going into with the mindset of let's get the starters out early. Let's handle our business and we put the backups in. But let's say Marcus Mariota comes in. I think Austin Eckler's a guy that should stay out there. I think KJ Osborne's a guy that should stay out there. Given the fact that he needs a lot more reps, I think a guy like Brandon Coleman should stay out there. Defensively, I think John Allen is like the only guy on defensively that I feel like should stay out there. You know what I'm saying? But it's a great time. It's a good time to be a Commanders fan, and it's a great time to have Austin Eckler back again. I'm excited for him. I'm hoping for the best for him, and more so than anything, I'm hoping he stays healthy when he returns. And this is the last concussions that he sustains in his life, man, because these are very, very serious allegations. Not allegations, but very, very serious conditions, I should say. And again, it just goes back to that Cowboys game, man. It was a very scary scene for a moment, man, where he just wasn't moving, and it kind of had me a little bit nervous that, you know, his life may be in jeopardy. But again, I don't think these doctors or these people in this organization is going to set him up for failure. If they think he's ready to go, they think he's ready to go. But if not, they're going to hold him out. But hey, man, that's all I got for you today. Let me know what you guys think about this video in the comment section down below. And look, man, the JD5 song is down below in the comment section and in the description. If you guys want a music video to it, support the song now. And when I see the support going up on that song, I'm going to make a music video. I'm going to go out and go out there at FedEx Field, Northwest Stadium, put on my Commanders gear, and make a music video for this song. I'm already in talks with the cameraman right now. I'm willing to drop a bag on a music video for this song, but I gotta do it only if you support the song audio version right now. That is out on the channel. Make sure you guys go check that out and show us some love. All right, y'all. Like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Turn on post notifications. As always, me and boy Juangotti. I'll catch y'all later. Peace.
Timeouts. Daniels throws down the sideline for Terry McLaurin.